In today's video, I'll be sharing with you live swatches of the new OPI Iceland Collection. This is the Fall-Winter 2017 collection and is available now at Ulta. First up, we have Icelanded a bottle of OPI. This is a light taupey brown shade and it's a pretty neutral shade. It's not too warm or too cool. First coat was very thin, but the coverage was very even and it dried super fast in true OPI fashion. Second coat made this color completely opaque, and all of these infinite shine shades, that's a tongue twister, dry with a beautiful shine, so the final shot and photo are without top coat. Up next is I'll Have a Gin and Tectonic, and this is a warm salmony peach color. First coat applied like the last polish, definitely sheer, but the coverage was good. Second coat built up the color nicely and made it completely opaque, and this shade was my least favorite from the collection because it's just not very flattering on my skin tone. Next is This Isn't Greenland, and this is a light sagey green cream color. Again, first coat is definitely sheer, but the second coat made it completely opaque. This color has a dusty aspect to it that makes it really pretty for fall. I really like mossy greens for that time of the year. And here is 2 coats of This Isn't Greenland. Next, we have one Heckla of a color, which is a warm medium purpley plum shade. This applied just like the rest of the collection so far. OPI's formula is usually pretty consistent and they have some of the best cream formulas, and these are no exception. This purple definitely has a warm property to it, which I think is great for the coming cooler season, but I personally do not like warm tones on my skin tone. Next up, we have Krona-logical Order, and this is a cool toned brown. In some lights, it even looks sort of charcoal gray. I've never really been drawn to brown shades for my nails, but I actually really liked this one. It's incredibly rich and pigmented, and it reminds me of the chalky brown color of hot cocoa powder mix. And here is 2 coats of Krona-logical Order. Next is another brown shade that is very similar to the last, but this one is a much warmer chocolatey brown. Here is a bottle comparison of both colors, and definitely very similar but totally different tones. This one built up very nicely in 2 coats and has a super rich color. Again, I've never been really into brown shades, but these 2 are definitely really pretty. And here is Krona-logical Order, and That's What Friends Are Thor side by side. Up next is the only frosty metallic shade in the collection, and it's called Reykjavik Has All the Hot Spots. This is a metallic rose gold shade. First coat, I wasn't very impressed because the brushstrokes were very visible, but they do appear to dry down, and the second coat built up the color nicely. I know frosty shades are either a hit or miss for some people, and this one does have a beautiful metallic shine, but you'll have to be very mindful of how you apply it to avoid streaks. Next up is Aurora Berry-alis, and this is a warm rosy pink. This one had a gorgeous buttery formula and covered very evenly. It does dry a little darker than the color it is in the bottle, but it's still pretty, and it's another good warm fall shade. Next we have Less is Norse, and this is a beautiful slate blue color. I love shades like this with my skin tone for when I want to wear a dark color, but I don't want it to be too much like a straight black would be. On camera, it looks like this color has some purple in it, but it definitely doesn't and is more blue in person. This is one of my favorites from the collection, and I'll definitely be reaching for it in the fall. Here is 2 coats of Less is Norse with no top coat. This next polish is the big brother to the last one, and this is Suzi and the Arctic Fox, and this is a very similar color to Less is Norse, but it's more eggplant. It has that same cool slate hue to it, but with a purple base instead of blue. Here is Less is Norse and Suzi and the Arctic Fox side by side for comparison. Next, we have the star of the collection, in my opinion, and this is Turn On the Northern Lights. This looks insane in the bottle, but it's a royal purple with a beautiful rose gold multi-chrome shimmer. It reminds me a lot of the old cult favorite, Fantasy Fire by Max Factor. First coat was very sheer, but this deepens immensely on the second coat, and the gorgeous multi-chrome really flashes through. And here is 2 coats of Turn On the Northern Lights. Seriously, if you're going to get any from the collection, I recommend this one. And last but not least, we have Check Out The Old Geysirs. This one also looks incredible in the bottle. It's a light gray blue with a gorgeous blue flash. It reminds me of like a lighthouse light shining through fog. Unfortunately, the blue flash doesn't translate to the nail super well. You can kind of see it in the reflection or the shine. It's a little bluer than normal, but the glow is definitely a lot weaker than it was in the bottle. Regardless, I love grays like this because they're super easy to wear, so I'll definitely be wearing this again. And those are the 12 shades from the OPI 2017 Fall Winter Collection. Let me know in the comments which ones you liked or didn't like, and if you'll be picking any up. And if you enjoyed this video, here's another swatch video I think you'll like, and you can just click on your screen here to watch it.